Happy Thursday, everybody. Hello, welcome on in. Hello, hello, hello. Oh, now that I'm like sitting down. Hello, welcome on in. I love the peach top. I guess it kind of does look peach on camera. It's like vibrant orange. It's like vibrant orange here. Let me if I do this. Ooh. You can kind of tell. It's an orange. What if there. That's kind of a little better. There you now you can really see it. Now it's orange, not peach. But yes, welcome on in. Oh yeah, orangey. Yeah, welcome on in, everybody. Happy Thursday. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day today. I just woke up about 30 minutes ago from a nap. Said it's 101 today? No, we didn't do it yesterday because I had to do a short stream yesterday. I ended after like 2 hours yesterday because I had to go and film something. So no, we're doing our lecture today because we couldn't do it yesterday. So there we go. Different fruit, same idea. Yeah, same idea. You got it. Welcome on in, everybody. I got a little bit of lizard time outside today because it was really nice and warm outside. But I came back inside when the sun kind of like went behind a cloud at like 2 o'clock. And I fell asleep from 2 until 2:30. So I slept for 2.5 hours. So I'm a little tired gal this week. Yeah. Little tired gal. Merry 41 month anniversary. I don't like how that number keeps ticking up to close to 48. Like, I know 48 is 4 years. So I don't like how it keeps ticking up close to that. The fact that it's at 41 now, Rev, makes it like, it's like, oh shoot, now we're really cooking. Now it's getting to be like long term here. Thank you for the 41 months, Rev. I truly appreciate it. Welcome back on Incelvia Loser Club. I hope you enjoy your continued sub badge and your continued use of emotes out here. I'm your doomsday clock for real? I don't know about that. But yeah. Yesterday, we finished and uploaded all of our second submission videos for SGDQ. Yeah. Okay, we just submitted the one. If you want to see it, it's on my VOD channel. It's where all of our videos are. It's where all of my submission videos are. So if you've never seen any of them before, they're there. It's none of them are private. They're all public. So if you're ever curious, that's where you go. Is you can look at it on my VOD channel. It's a good time. Yeah, so we did that, submitted that, and now we're here. If you're on Twitter, goodness gracious, can I just say, I want to talk about it, but also like I don't want to talk about it because it still kind of makes me like a little salty. Not even for myself. I couldn't care less if I was participating in this event, but Ludwig had put out a announcement tweet yesterday about a speedrunning event. I don't know if anybody else saw this. And the speedrunners that he gathered, majority of them are not actually speedrunners and are just his friends. But there, out of the people that have already been announced, there is not a single woman. So, which is just dumb as hell. I get it. You want to include your friends and whatnot. Why ask for speedrunners like a month ago? Other than to just farm engagement, which is why a lot of people are like, okay. Yeah. Not a single woman. And if there is any women participating in it, they would be listed under and more. So that's always fun. I would assume like Cutie would be participating in it. But if that is the only woman that they can pull, they certainly did not look at that tweet that Ludwig had put out asking for speedrunners. So there you go. I could care less though about like me personally participating in it. I would love to. Like it would be great opportunity, whatever else, but like we couldn't find any women at all. That's my hot take. Not even a hot take. Not even a hot take, but here we are. Here we are. That's my popular news for the day, to say the least. Women, those mysterious reclusive creatures. I know. There you go. We have a new alert. In more positive news, we have a new alert that you all had asked for. What is this? It's Pedro. It's all over TikTok. But yes, you all had requested that I add this one as like a sound alert, so you can do it every 3 minutes. That is the cooldown on it. But that is our little Pedro. Not my TikTok. It was like really popular like a couple weeks ago. I don't know. Let me say hello to everybody, and then we can get into our little lecture series, and then we'll do our word problems and so forth. Pro Peaches, hello. Congrats on first. Pop off. Diggity, hello. Welcome on in. Scientist, hello. Rev, hello. Welcome on in. Grace, hello. Welcome on in. Tyra, hello. Soon, hello. Welcome on in. Nia, hello. Princess Shroom, hello. Amy, hello. Trixie, hello. Jake, hello. And hello to anybody lurking and vibing and hanging out here today. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day today. I hope you had a good day today. I did. I was home early. Because I had a patient go out to the hospital. I pulled up into work today. Fire truck, ambulance, police cars, all there. What happened? Oh, don't worry. I just had a patient call 911 this morning because he thought that that his brother-in-law was going to come and kill him, and that the brother-in-law was going to kill the entire staff. So that was really fun. Yeah. Nothing like a little Thursday morning surprise at 7 a.m. But yeah, that was my day today. Nothing else. Nothing else exciting went on. Yeah, that's it. Nothing else exciting went on today. Well, are you paranoid if someone is actually out to get you? No one is out to get them. No, a person is just paranoid. This is the same gentleman that told me that he watched too many movies and was afraid of what was going to happen to him. And I said, sir, we're in a nursing home right now. Why? Why are we doing this? Why are we doing this? There we go. Welcome back, Grace. Hello. Alrighty. Don't show him red. Alrighty. The month of May, for anyone that does not know, is Speech and Hearing Month. Every technically Wednesday, we've been doing Wednesdays, except yesterday I had to end stream early, so I can go and film and record stuff, ahead of time. And today, here we are. This is what we're doing. I thought you were a speech therapist. Yeah. What do you mean by that statement? I thought you were a speech therapist. Yes. There's lots of areas that speech therapy works in. But there you go. So today we're going to talk about a big chunk of my job, which happens to be swallowing disorders. We're going to kind of cruise through this. Do speech therapists normally have paranoid patients? Can be, yeah. I see everybody. It don't matter what the problem is. Yeah. Yeah. He's not, like, that's not, like, his diagnosis or anything. I can't tell you, like, further information about it, but I work in a nursing home in, like, in skilled rehab. In, like, yeah, in the rehab department. So, yes, I do. Because speech therapy deals with cognition and brain and memory. So for that particular patient, that's what I'm working on with him. Do you only get elderly or any age? I primarily only get like 50 and above. Like, I think my youngest patient here at this facility, and at a couple of these other facilities are like, was 50. I think I got one that was like 48 or something along those lines. And I was thinking speech therapy was for things like stutters and speech rate. Let me tell you about the world of speech therapy. Speech therapy involves everything from the brain all the way down to your stomach, to your hips. So we work with everything in between. That includes swallowing, that includes cognition, memory, that includes what typical you might think of speech therapy as just being stutters and speech rate. It also includes things like articulation, language, so loss of language after a stroke, or loss of the motor function of your mouth, right? Things like that as well. All of the above. That is part of speech therapy. I always joke and say that, yes, I am the speech therapist, but that is because memory specialists and swallowing, like, memory specialist, swallowing expert, and, like, couple other tags that I usually include don't just fit on my name tag. That's kind of the whole fun part. Yeah. The youngest person that I've ever like worked with was someone in his 20s. This was in grad school. I was 22. No. Yeah? 22. Hey, listen. Don't worry about it. It's fine. Thanks. Um, yeah. I was 22 and he was I want to say like 23, 25, 25, somewhere within that range. Obviously, I've worked with like high school age kids and like young adults too. Like in grad school, I worked with a patient with um Down syndrome that was like an early adult. So just past 18. So, do you know sign language? I know very little. Um Hi, my name is Lee. I can do the alphabet. MNOP. I shouldn't be doing it with nails on, so apologies. All right, so that doesn't come directly with the job. No. Nope. Nope. Alrighty, so today's lecture series that we're going to be talking about is swallowing disorders. Yeah. So, first thing we got to talk about, how do we swallow? We got to talk about normal swallowing first. Alrighty. The normal swallow is a rapid and overlapping sequence of neurologically controlled movements involving the muscles of the oral cavity, the pharynx, the larynx, esophagus, and stomach. If you were here for the first lecture we did of the month, we talked about anatomy and physiology. So we talked about some of those parts, the pharynx and the larynx, and it all being connected here. When the muscles of swallowing or organs or the nerves that govern these organs are disordered, disrupted, damaged, or destroyed, swallowing can no longer be normal. And that leads us into us having abnormal swallowing. Abnormal swallowing includes difficulty with swallowing or the total inability to swallow, referred to as dysphagia and aphasia. Some people use the term aphasia. I don't really use it. But aphasia is the inability to swallow anything. Yeah. Swallowing difficulties can arise from mechanical problems of the swallowing mechanism, neurological disorders, GI disorders, or the loss of organs due to surgery or traumatic injury as well. And dysphagia and aphasia may also involve the disruption of the timing of the events needed to swallow normally. Fun stuff. Okay. How does having a swallow disorder impact your quality of life? There is a fun term called aspiration. Aspiration is the condition in which foods and liquids or pills or anything that comes from your oral cavity, so saliva, whatever, passes into the airway below your vocal folds. So if you think about your lungs, your breathing tube here, it goes from your mouth down your breathing tube, which is your trachea, hits the level of your vocal folds, and then goes to your lungs. So the more that it drops down, that's called aspiration, when it drops into the lungs. And this is bad, right? Yes, this is bad because it can lead to things like pneumonia, which we don't want. If you think about it, if it drops into the lungs, you can't really get it out at that point. So now you just have food sitting in your lungs. And so it just builds up bacteria. And, it gets real gross. You get pneumonia. obviously, aspiration, it can happen occasionally to most people, right? Sometimes you swallow wrong, a little bit gets down the wrong way, you cough it up, right? That's not an issue. It's the aspect of being able to cough it up out of your airway. But when there is an injury or damage to that swallowing mechanism, and aspiration is very frequent, there is a higher risk for lung infections, dehydration, and malnutrition. Speaking of, swallowing disorders can also impact dehydration. Dehydration is the state where there's not enough water in the body to maintain a healthy level of fluids in the body's tissues. Pretty straightforward. But if you can't swallow, it leads to things pretty quickly like dehydration. So it's something we have to kind of keep it in track of a lot. Same with malnutrition. It's a condition that occurs when your body does not get enough nutrients due to the inability to ingest food safely. The reluctance to eat or fear of eating or drinking due to past swallowing problems, or the inability to digest or absorb ingested nutrients as well. Isn't that what thick water is for? Yes and no, to say the least. Other impacts of swallowing disorders include weight loss. Significant weight loss can be induced or without reason, requires attention for a dysphagia team. So typically at my job, if somebody has like a lot of weight loss, I will go in and kind of like take a look to see how they're eating. Like, oh, are they really having a tough time chewing the food? Well, no wonder they're losing weight, because they're getting tired from eating very quickly. So they're not eating as much. And also, then they're losing weight because they're not eating what they're supposed to be eating. So, like, I work very closely with a dietitian to kind of monitor weight loss with a lot of my patients here. It also impacts your general health and your psychological stuff. The inability, eating, if we think about eating in general, it's very social. If you think about when you go out to meet friends, it's usually around like a meal, right? What happens if you can't eat anymore, right? You lose that social interaction time that occurs naturally during eating, or like even like as a family, like having a child who cannot ingest food properly, right? They're left out of that like social time of being able to sit around a table and eat together. Okay. Yeah, the natural social functions in which food plays a role in are limited. Quite a lot. Other areas this also impacts is also financial. Thickening liquids is not cheap. Sometimes it's unavoidable and people have to be on thickened liquids. And for anyone that does not know what a thickened liquid is, it's essentially where we take like a thickening powder or a thickening like gel and add it to like regular liquids to make it thick, like a jello. Not like a full jello texture, but it'll be like anywhere from like a honey to like a light syrup to like a pudding almost texture. And what this thickening does is it slows down the rate in which it moves in your mouth. Okay. Some people, when they're getting ready to swallow, the liquids just escape down the back of their throat, down the back of their mouth, and they don't realize that they're starting to swallow with like thin liquids, which is why we use the thickened to slow it down so that they have more time to react in that way of fortune. Alrighty. So how do we evaluate a swallow disorder? How do we find out that somebody has a swallow disorder? This is what I typically do, is I do a clinical bedside swallow evaluation. So this involves getting an order from the doctor, reviewing the medical chart. I got to talk to the nurse, and kind of figure out like what their past eating history was here. And then things that I have to note during my initial evaluation. Do they have teeth? You'd be surprised how many times I have to go in and be like, hey, I know this is an awkward question, but I have to ask it anyway. Do you have your own teeth? Like that is very common for me here. I also evaluate their mental status at the same time. I do I don't have Lumia turned on. Hang on, pause. I don't have it open, that's why. I don't have it open. There you go. That's why. Because it crashed yesterday. It was giving me problems. Okay, there you go. I do what's called an oral mechanism exam to a degree. I don't do the full thing. If there's any speech therapists in chat, you all know we don't really do the full thing unless they were in like a more strict medical setting. But I can usually just by like having them talk to me kind of like tell what's going on. I only mainly do like full oral mech exams for somebody that has dysarthria or has had a stroke kind of situation. Other things to note, their voice, what's it sound like at baseline without them eating or drinking. And then their breathing status. Do they have oxygen? Do they not have oxygen? Stuff like that. And then I have to complete trials with them. So of different textures. Typically I do like thin liquids and then I see them at like a lunch meal. Of what the diet that is recommended for them to be on from the hospital. Right away. And then I have to decide, do we need further assessment or no? If we do, there's two options. We have something called FEES, which is fiber endoscopic evaluation of swallowing. We've talked about this previously. It's where we take like a little camera and we stick it through your nose. And it hangs out right at like the top of the back of your throat. And you can watch as people swallow. It's pretty interesting. So it goes in through the nose. You can see the pharyngeal swallow. You can see how food travels from the back of the mouth down to where it's got to go. However, you can't see the process of them like chewing and everything like that. This is what it looks like. This fun little thing, and it just goes straight down the nose. So this is some just different, what we see and take a look at during FEES. So, oral preparation of the bolus, so them being able to chew it, whether or not, it spills backwards or goes forward. You can see like the airway close, whether or not, you've got that full epiglottis covering your airway properly. And you can also see kind of like the tongue move backwards to push the food down your food tube, your esophagus. There we go. The other one that we use is called a VFSS, which is just the shortened term to say video fluoroscopic swallow study. We use this one more commonly, but it helps us to kind of see the details of where we're having issues with swallowing a lot easier because it's a big x-ray. We take a video x-ray from the side view. So like you would see this entire half of somebody. So you can see everything from the mouth all the way down. It's quite fun. I'm gonna skip over a lot of this because we don't really need this. This is our aspiration scale here. It's called the penetration/aspiration scale, aka the pass. This is like our most of a lot of swallowing disorder stuff is subjective. So this is one way for clinical therapists to be objective. We give them a number. Because we don't usually use a whole lot of numbers when it comes to this. Alrighty. This is what it looks like.
A little bit went into your airway. Okay, so we've got a little trace now. Trace penetration. I would say silent penetration.
Liquid poses a greater risk of accidentally ending up
See,
in Kevin's
you can
lungs.
see how there's like some liquid there.
Thick by spoon. Okay, cough for me, Kevin. Cough.
And then you can see it go by.
Got a little penetration there. A little bit went into your airway.
Yeah, so there's like the mouth. And then you can see it go down. You can kind of see that there's like a little bit of dark liquid.
Okay, cough for me, Kevin.
There. Went very quickly. There you go. Is 8 having aspirations of being president or an astronaut? Neither. 8 is the worst, where 8 goes directly into your lungs. You don't cough. You don't realize that it went into your lungs. There you go. All of that kind of fun stuff. Alrighty. So that's how we've done this so far. Here's now what we do for treatment. Oh, didn't want that. There we go. We can do a couple of things. Rehab. That's me. So we focus on methods to change neural and muscle cells through different exercises, sensory stimulation, and electrical stimulation. I don't really do the last two, but I do exercises. Just because it's not, with the population that I work with, I don't feel that a lot of that stuff is super appropriate. Yeah. I do a lot more of compensation as well. So dietary modifications, how can we change this person's diet in order to help them to swallow food more frequently? My building has 3 diet levels. We have a puree, which everything comes as like an applesauce or a pudding. And then we have what is called to be a mechanical soft. Everything comes ground up, but it's not really ground up. It's mainly the meat that's ground up, and then everything else is kind of like more or less regular. And then regular is just, normal food that you and I would eat. We can also have postural modifications, so how somebody is sitting, whether or not we want them to like position their head in a certain way to help them to swallow. So for some people, it's turning their head to the left or to the right and then swallowing that way, or putting their chin down and then swallowing that way to kind of compensate for their swallowing issues. And then also behavioral modifications and adaptive modifications. Behavioral modifications meaning like slowing down the rate that we're eating. How much are we putting on the spoon at a time? You'd be surprised how many people have problems with putting too much on the spoon at one time. But there we go. Alrighty. So again, compensatory swallowing therapy refers to strategies that aim to ensure safe swallows without directly improving the physiology of swallowing, and can be effective under instrumental evaluation before recommending them. Alrighty. Some different swallowing maneuvers here, and I will show you what they all are. We have a supraglottic swallow, a supraglottic swallow, an effortful swallow, what is called the Mendelssohn maneuver, a Showa maneuver, and a tongue hold maneuver, aka the Masaka maneuver. I gotta try and not. I will show you what most of these are, but I need to. My voice is dry. Give me 1 second. Alrighty. A supraglottic swallow, what you do is you how do I explain this? Here's the easy way to do it. There's like a more complicated way to do it, but this is the easy way to do it. You inhale, and then you put whatever food you want, or to swallow, I guess, in this direction. You put it at like the back of your tongue, so you're getting ready to swallow. But you inhale, you hold your breath, and then you swallow, and then immediately cough before you inhale again. There you go. That's the first one. It's because you are like lifting up your voice here, lifting up all of the vocal folds here. I don't use this one very frequently because it's hard for old people to understand. The supraglottic swallow. We do the exact same thing, except when you swallow, you're supposed to bear down. So essentially the only direction change is just you inhale and hold your breath really tightly. And then bear down. That kind of coordination. As stated, that's why I don't really use it a lot with my old people, because like trying to get them to do that is very tough. The next one that I have here, it's called effort for swallow. What I tell my patients is I say, I want you to pretend like you have a really big golf ball or a really big pill at the back of your tongue. And then I want you to squeeze everything when you swallow. And swallow hard. So you should be able to feel all of the muscles kind of like contracting at the back of your throat here. That's probably my most common one, is I do the effortful swallow because it's easier to understand. We also have the Mendelssohn maneuver. I don't like this one either, but people use it. You're supposed to swallow normally. And then when you feel your voice go up during the swallow, you're supposed to grab it. And hold it for a count of 3 before you relax it. So it's like, oh, it's so painful. It's like weird because like your muscles want to go back to regular part, but you have to like grab it and then hold it and then you relax. Again, try and make an 85-year-old person who's got a swallowing disorder try and do that themselves. Usually doesn't work out well, so I don't particularly do this one. The next one, again, show a maneuver as well. I don't really use this one either, but it's kind of tricky. You take a breath, you hold your breath lightly. You keep your tongue in contact with the roof of your mouth as tightly as you can. So you just breathe in, keep your tongue to the roof of your mouth, and then swallow. And then forcibly exhale. And then you do the same thing over and over again. And then the last one, I only give this to a patient if I think that they can do it. I do like this one more than some of the other ones. But you take your tongue, you place it between your teeth, and then you swallow hard. Like that. The goal is to keep your tongue between your teeth. And there you go. As stated, it's pretty hard, so I try and not give a lot of patients that one. But yeah, there's some different swallowing maneuvers. As stated before, there are some different swallowing postures that we can use to reduce aspiration. Things like tilting the head back a little bit, chin down, head rotation, tilting it from side to side. There you go. Rehabilitative swallowing therapy refers to the exercises and the techniques to help doing it that improve in the neuromuscular control of swallowing. These typically refer to these general principles of neuromuscular rehabilitation, which is use it or lose it, use it and improve it, specificity and transference. So the principle of use it or lose it, if you stop swallowing, you're going to lose the functionality of those muscles. Use it and improve it. The more you do it, the better you get at it. Target swallowing exercise involves swallowing and training on the swallowing related muscles and so forth. There you go. There are also some other exercises as well to do. I'm going to kind of go quickly through them because there's a lot of them. So we're just going to speed by on it. But you have lip exercises here. So rapidly opening and closing using the consonants P and B. So going p, p, really quickly, P and B. Holding different objects between your lips, like a straw or like everything else where you're like pursing the lips to kind of hold it and try and get them closed. Trying to force like the lips together as tightly as you can and then trying to pull them apart to increase lip strength as well. I do the top one from time to time. I will take like a tongue depressor and put it on the outside of a patient's cheek. This is more of a tongue exercise than a lip exercise. But I will have them take their tongue and push it as hard as they can against the tongue depressor on both sides. So they're going like against a resistance here. Yeah, tongue exercises. T and D, having them sweep from side to side of their mouth, taking their tongue, going from the left side to right side, back to left side. Sometimes what I'll have patients do if they have really tough time with controlling things in their mouth is giving them like a little toothette. If you don't know what a toothette is, it's like a little sponge toothbrush, putting it in their mouth and having them move it from side to side. Sometimes I also do this with a lollipop. There you go. Yeah. And then this last, I guess, exercise, it's called the Shakur exercise. It works with the ability to open part of your esophagus. So the top, the bottom of your esophagus, the top of your stomach. And it's like head lift exercise. People lay down and then you position it where you do like a chin tuck, but like laying down. And you do 30. I do a modified version of this for my patients, and I just have them do a chin tuck while sitting down instead of laying down. It works pretty good too. And there you go. There is our our swallowing disorders PowerPoint officially. I hope you all enjoyed. That is like a big part of my job, is helping patients eat, and their diets and so forth. So there you go. I hope you learned something new about speech therapy today. Let's do our word puzzles. Mini Washington Post. Of course. Lurking, hope you're doing well. Hi, Momo. I am doing well. Hi, Knugans. Welcome on in. Thank you, Professor Lee. Thank you. Of course. Of course, out here. Yeah. A lot of what I do is like modifying diets, and sometimes I also do a lot of. Sometimes I do quite a bit of swallowing exercises, but only with patients that I think can handle it. For example, I'm not going to give a dementia patient who's having trouble with swallowing exercises to do because they're not going to be able to follow it, right? And after I leave, it's not like they're going to be able to remember the exercises to do or like the strategies that I give them. So I primarily just do diet modifications for them, making the food softer. Having like nursing aides and people who are with them more frequently than I am during the day, like cue them to go slow, or instead having the aides feed them instead of, if possible. So there we go. Let's do the strands and then we'll get into some speed running. Here we go. No dice. As a reminder, don't help me first. I was about to say cards, but that's not it. No dice. No dice. What is this CH? It's got to be CH something, right? I was going to try and make table, but that doesn't really work. I guess where my brain is at right now with this one, I'm thinking of like card games or like things you would do while gambling. I don't know if I'm on the right track with that though. No dice. I like to kind of do the corners first. This F is throwing me off. Huh. This is a tricky one today. I will give it until 58. So at 58, if you know an answer, then you can join in. Because I'm kind of batting at nothing right now. I see this and I'm like Scarlet, but that doesn't make sense. And then I was like bored, but the B is all the way up here. So I can't really do that. Same with like if I tried to make table. TAB. I see this, I'm like poem, but that doesn't really work. I had to use a hint on this one. Okay. Huh? Okay, so again, that is card games. No. I don't get, huh? This is, okay, now I kind of get it. Still trying to get games, but that's Twister, Mafia. Oh, wait. No. I was like, there's no G. I was like, cribbage. That could work. Something game. So that's the spanagram. Is game something? What kind of games? Here, got it. Never mind. Party games, spanagram. Telephone. Alrighty, if anybody knows any card games that are supposed to be up here, or party games that are up in this section, you can help me now. Because this Y is throwing me off. Went through something. Charades. Thank you. What is the last one then? First word, 2 syllables. Yeah. What the hey? Celebrity. There you go. Got it. Yep. Yep. Alrighty. I'm gonna do the mini and then we'll do the big one together. Twinkler on O'Brien. Don't know. That's a bummer. Submarines tracker. Language lover. Cries uncontrollably. I don't think it's radar. Sonar. Got it. This is sobs. Toss. Throw. Blank acid. Amino acid. Spaceships tracker. Is that a radar? It's a word, nerd. 50 seconds. Alrighty. A word, nerd. Yeah, that's me. Alrighty, we're going to do the main crossword. If you've never done the crossword with us before, this is the only time that I allow backseating during my stream. Feel free to drop as many answers as you'd like into the chat. Thursday's time to beat is 8 minutes flat. So here we go. I will do it as soon as I take another sip, because again, I woke up about 30 minutes before stream started. And my voice is still tired. You can probably hear it. I might have to have a nap a little too. I get it. Listen, I did. I slept for 2.5 hours accidentally. You know, just sometimes after you eat, you know, you gotta fill stomach. And then you sit down and you're sitting there next to a blanket. And then you just fall asleep accidentally. And then I just remind myself to set an alarm when I feel myself falling asleep. So there you go. Crossword time. Let's go. Hi, Jim. Hello, rewards. Welcome on in. Alrighty. Time to beat is 8 minutes. Here we go. In 3, 2, 1, go. Of the kidneys. Don't know. Mineral deposits. Ores. Stacked on. Words of defeat. It's not loser. Renal. Yeah. There we go. Members, thank you for the tier 1 for 3 months. I truly appreciate it. Welcome back on Intel of the Loser Club. I hope you enjoy your continued sub badge and your continued use of emotes out here. Bigger than big. Huge, yeah. Don't use that. Said shit. Because I would. Don't use that tone. Okay. Spot for a spot. I don't know what that means. Symbol at the center of the Scrabble board. Logo. 2 down is Elaine. Got it. Nice. 4 down asks. Got it. 21 across T. Switches from a bottle to a cup, say. Anna. Spot for a spot. Don't know what that means either. Language in which W can be a vowel. I don't know. Grade that may accompany a 26 message, don't know. Particle exchanged in not air. Also, it's not logo in the center. I was kind of hoping it would be. 19 star. Thank you. That's fine. Sir, grade that may accompany a 26 down message. I don't know if that would be it. 26 across. Where did you say? 26 down. See me. Yeah. Interesting. What's the particle that's exchanged? I don't know. Square stuck in a corner. Don't know. Mediterranean mountain. No idea. What the hell is spot for a spot? Oh, an ion maybe? There you go. Threading target. A brow. Economic improvement. Asset in darts. Aim. Base is loaded walk stat. I don't know what that is. It's really, I know it's related to baseball. I couldn't tell you what the term is. Beach tour destinations. Is it just RBI? Nice. 35. There you go. Nice. 12 down, on and on. Nice. Spot for spot. Don't know. Wonder. Put on the payroll. Hires. Blonde hue. Don't know. 13 down. Persona. Printing shade. Lions or tigers? Patisserie purchase. Cakes. Howls. Church recesses. Don't know. I don't feel like any of those are right. I fucked up all of those. Sad. Hired. Okay. Urdu. Got it. Cool. 56 across. Team. Oh. Don't mind me. They're both cats. Are they not? Am I wrong? Top. 48 down. Remus. Okay, listen. 22 across. Weens. Got it. 65 across. Knaves. Interesting. 42 down. Rod. Got it. I think I got all of them. I caught up. Totality. Yeah. Alrighty. Time to do some of the downs. Lumber mill tool. No idea. The truly fearless think of themselves as blank. Margaret Atwood. Don't know. Hula hoop. Don't know. My stars. Don't know. Arendelle's Elsa for one. That starts with RU. Ruler. There we go. That's why I was. Got it. 36 down. Tom Brady. Great. 8 down is ego. Got it. Set. Cool. Ultimate degree. Royal WWE. Holy moly. Holy moly. Path maintenance tool. Paver. No, I don't think it's paver. It's something ER. Because this one seems like it's gonna be spot for a spot is where's Waldo. Yep. Parking lot. Thank you. Nice. So far, so good now. Not knaves. I don't know what that word is. Erupt. No. 25 down. Edgar. 65 across. Abscess. Cool. PADI certification activity. Don't know. 20 across is Sims? Oh, apparently I missed that one completely. Half-hearted. No. I lose. Okay. Welsh. Okay. Got it. Rips. Ripsaw. There we go. Normal. Good. 31 across. Postage. Nice. Okay. Alrighty. I caught up. Don't know what that means. Burnt brisket bits. Oh, they're delicious. Ends. Burnt ends. Right away, boss. Okay. No. Tears. Layers. Fried apples. Has an inkling. Pipe down. Quiet. Fancy neckwear. Ascot. Pipe down again. Shh. Do some photo editing. Don't know. That's not quiet. Never mind. Whoa. Yeah. Holy moly. Whoa. 28 down. Spew. Cool. 61 across. Trio. Nice. 33 down. Timid. Got it. Obey. I don't know what that one's in reference to. Hang on. I gotta catch up. 30 on it. 40 across. Up. It's not timid. It is on trend though. Hang on. 59 down PTA. 37. It's on it already. We're good. 36 across tea ceremony. There we go. It's tepid. It's not even on trend, so never mind. Tepid. Uptrend. Cool. Don't know what that means though. 55 shop. It's got a Y in the middle of it, so I don't know what. Oh, down here. There we go. Tepid. Yeah. TV broadcast 47 across. Okay. TV broadcast. Got it. 39 down Riviera. Got it. Tepid. 34 down art. I got it already. We're good. 52 across. Aw. Nice. 57 down BTW. Scuba. Ah, that's what that is. Ash. TV broadcast. Tea ceremony. Got it. 55 down. Yeah, crop. Thank you. Cool. Bench press. Got it. Yep. Cyan, this one. Printing shade, cyan. Aisles. And then senses. Tort. Tort. There we go. I don't know what the hell e-waste is. What is e-waste? 50, 45 down. E-waste. That's not what I was looking at. Oh, fried app. Oh, like Apple products. E-waste. Got it. Patisserie tart. I like cakes better, but there you go. Alrighty. I had to change my background because it wasn't working earlier. I wrote my time down, didn't I? Yeah, 10, 37, 55, 89. I gotta open up my timer again. Edit splits. Start timer at 10, 37, 55.89. There we go. There we go. Alrighty. If you have not been in a stream this week, we are, after, an hour into stream, we are officially speed running to collect and make all of the recipes in Stardew Valley. So that includes friendship, that includes Ginger Island items, That includes all of the Queen of Sauce recipes. That includes the recipes you have to get from increasing different farming and fishing and all the other levels. So that is what we are working on. Let me pull up the calendar for birthdays because we just finished and did Leo's birthday. So I want to pull up and see what else we can get. For the people that we do need. Gonna skip that real fast. Don't need that. What else do I need to grab? All the cooking recipes. I want to pull that up again. I haven't started yet. Too bad, but thank you for the reminder. We are done talking to Demetrius. We're done talking to Emily. Ooh, we're officially done talking to Willie, I believe. Let me double check, because that's 7 hearts. Oh, I gotta go befriend Sandy, too. Needs 9 hearts? Why? I can get it from the Queen of Sauce. I don't have to keep going for him. But I got 7 hearts, so I'll take that. Pam, we're super close with. Gus, we're getting there. Shane, he'll have another birthday in spring. I don't need to talk to Pierre anymore. I think I got a recipe from Kent. Let me see. Yeah, I gotta get to 7 hearts with Kent. So, hi, Killamo. Welcome on in. I started trying this challenge to myself with you. Well, there you go. Alrighty. Birthdays. And checking the TV. That's what we need. And everything in between. I grieve for the polar bear high emote. I'm sorry. I had too many of my own new emotes that I wanted to be put in. That's why. I'm going to just do a couple of things here before we go back to the mainland. Because we need to get the ones from those two. Thank you, timer. Thank you. Instead, though? Oh, okay. That sounds like a tough time. Goodness. Hi, Shredberg. Welcome on in. Thank you. Appreciate it. We need to... I found out that I need all of the dwarf scrolls. So we're gonna have to go back to the mines, and I'm gonna have to just, like, force those. I'm gonna just do it via combat levels. Hang on, I need to figure this out again, too. Hang on. I gotta add this dwarf scroll. There's 4 of them. I think that's what we'll do today. And I need this cutscene. I'm gonna go and give this to, what's his name? To Kent. Then we can get moving. Okay, we only have 3. Which we can make work, but... Oh, I guess it'll be fine after we finish this quest, won't it? Time. There's Kent there. I don't have to go very far for him. Here you go, bud. Okay, there's a lot of dialogue. Thank you. Did I already give Kent 2 gifts? No. Okay, so I can do this. No. Give it as a gift. Thank you. Some kind of gift. It don't matter. How about Mayor Lewis? Here's a fruit. Did he just say, what is that stench when referring to me? Don't appreciate that. What do you need all the dwarf scrolls for? So in the volcano dungeon, there is a dwarf in there. You cannot buy the recipe for for what is it called? Stench, yeah. You cannot buy the recipe for ginger ale without the dwarf scrolls, as I found out that I couldn't just talk to him and get the recipes. I literally had to go and get that going, which was unfortunate. So I'm kind of just waiting for what's his name to open up, Gus, so I don't have to worry about that. I can also sell some of this wool. And we'll look in here. Nothing yet. Just coffee beans, which is fine. I'm just gonna sell all these. Oh, I think I said I was just gonna start chopping down a bunch of trees. We're gonna need to do that eventually. I guess now. We're gonna need foraging levels. Our cat is kind of trapped back there. Do you see the cat back here? Alrighty, while I wait for Gus, we're just gonna start going to town. Might as well use up as much of our energy as we can, right? Cat makes it inside for sleepies at night, it's fine. Yeah, as long as it finds a way. Maybe it climbs through the trees during the day. Okay, Gus should be open now, so we can keep going with our quest. I should buy a bigger backpack. I just have 2 layers of a backpack right now. I should do that. Let me talk to Gus first, and then we'll do this. Here you go, Gus. Got a Stardew Valley Rose. Gus, we're at 5 hearts. There's a gift. Something to tie him over. I gotta go see Sandy. Can I find a sweet pea? There we go. I was like, if I'm gonna go over and see Sandy, I might as well go and gift her too. Give her a gift as well. It's not a quality one, but we'll take it. Stardew cats are not afraid of heights. Yeah, no, of course not. Calico Desert. Aways we go. Sandy. Alrighty. Do I need any of these seeds for cooking? Crops. I think I have 2 rhubarbs already on Ginger Island growing. Beets. I do need beads. That would be 1 beet. And then no star fruit, no nothing else. Okay, cool. Just double checking. I got 1 beet. That's all we need. Any other questions that we needed? Catch a squid, fish stew. No, no. Maybe eventually. No, we don't need any of that. Ooh, I could do that this season. Amaranth, all those ones. Sweet like tangerines. Oh, we just increased our foraging level. How many recipes so far? I'll show you. This is what we've gotten so far. These are the 3 that we've made already, but we've unlocked quite a few. It's kind of like some of the harder ones that we have left. Okay. Gotta go, because I gotta go see George for the TV remote. Oh, I forgot to tell you all. So tomorrow we were supposed to do our 1v1 versus Blink. However, Blink has lost her voice. And is sick. So we will not be doing it tomorrow night. We're rescheduling for next week, Saturday. Saturday evening. So tomorrow night, I think I might, because I had already told you all that I was going to be live tomorrow night. I think I might still be live, but do a Just Dance speedrun, because that's what I like to do on Fridays. To cook all the recipes. Which is also get all the recipes. So get and then cook all the recipes. And buy chef's hat? Yes. Yes, precisely. To buy the chef's hat. Alrighty, I gotta go give this to Willie. And then we go from there. We're almost finished with this birdie quest here. Watch out, Gus. Lee is coming for you. That's true. I gotta give this to Willie. Willie should still be down. Oh, here he is. There we go. Sick. Also, what's up, Strawberry Puff? Welcome on in. There we go. We got the pirate locket. We'll go tomorrow to get to drop that off to Birdie, or on another day. Shane. My girl Pam. Jody, sure, here you go. Hi Mel, welcome on in. Packing up for a 10-hour road trip? Wow. That's pretty cool. I wish you the best of luck on your road trip. Oh, there's Marnie too. Here, Marnie, take a strawberry. Lioness? I can go and give him something. Because all the other romanceable characters we don't need. Lioness. I'll go give him a golden grape for now. I cannot believe that it's already the end of May is the scary thing. I was like thinking, I was like, oh, do I have anything like next weekend? This next weekend, I don't really have too much. The weekend after, I go to my best friend's bachelorette party, which means that we're getting even closer to her actually getting married in July, and that freaks me out just a little bit. Which also reminds me, I need to figure out what I'm doing for that. If I am driving up there, or I'll probably be Ubering. I will not be driving. Let's be honest. Or if I am getting a hotel. There we go. The year is going by way too fast. I don't like it. Although I am excited for everything that I have going on this summer. I don't know. I also just feel like I'm happier in the summer too. It's wild how a little bit of sunshine makes you so much happier. I guess I can't go to Birdie today. I'm just going to chop down trees until we pass out. Not pass out, but lose all of our energy. Saw a sprinkler there? Ooh, also, Sunday stream. If we're not still doing this challenge on Sunday, it most certainly will not be like 7 hours like I did last Sunday. It'll probably be a shorter one. Because I remembered I have somewhere to go Sunday evening. And I'm really excited about it. But I have to talk to my friend about it. But she is currently in Amsterdam. So I don't know when she's coming home. Or if she remembered that we have this thing on Sunday evening. Classic. I think we're gonna end up just deforesting this entire. We'll get there eventually. It'll take a while, but we're gonna just eventually just clear out the whole thing. And I'm okay with that. Too soon to tell you I love you. I need to listen to the rest of Gracie Abrams music, because that's who this is. I need to go to Pierre's to grab fall crops. And see which ones we can buy and set up here. And then we can go to Ginger Island as well. Take it. Alrighty. Sell. Sure, sell. Rearrange everything. I'll take these with me. We're going to Ginger Island. Whose birthday comes up next? That I need. Jody is on the 11th. Okay. I'm going to take the TV with me to Ginger Island for now. No, I'm not. Great decision making. Perfect. No, I'm not going to take the TV with me to Ginger Island because I'll be coming back. Because I have to go through the regular mines to get the dwarf scrolls. That's going to be our second half today. Goal. Alright, I'm going to go give this to Evelyn. Because why not? Follow Alex out the door. And then we just wait. So we can buy as many seeds as we can as possible. What is this playlist? Summer Hits 2024. Picked for you. My day list this afternoon or evening, early evening is Soul Crushing Power Ballad Thursday afternoon. That's it. Alrighty. I need 1 bok choy. 2 eggplants, but they reproduce. I get 5 yams because we're gonna need that. At least 2 amaranth. We'll do 3 of those. I have the beet. We're gonna get a couple of pumpkins. That's fine. Teen Rock Iconic Evening. It's got Teen Rock Iconic Situationship, Downtown Vibes, Cleaning, and Bed Rotting. Listen, they like to use the word. Yeah, you listen to 2020s and Situationship on Thursday afternoons. Here's some soul-crushing power ballad Situationship. Songwriting, Delicate, and Girl Dinner. Not the girl. Okay. Not the girl dinner. I didn't need to be called out for that one. But it's been a lot with situationship. That's why I was I'm like, what? Okay. Okay. Spotify is ruthless. Yeah. Well, there you go. Alrighty. Here is our crops that we need. Keeps giving me egg and pining. Or pinning. I don't know what. Egg? Why is it giving you egg?
Bitch, I'm a bisexual.
That's true. Birds of feather, we could stick together better. I really like this song. It's Birds of a Feather by Billie Eilish. Off of her new album. Also, you said pining right the first way? Nice. Good. I think maybe. I don't know. It's like 1 week they had divorce in all the titles. Interesting choice. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna talk to the Gorman frog. Okay. Okay, Jake. There's the yellow one. And then I have to wait for the garlic for spring. Never escaping the allegations. Mel is not escaping the allegations. You're right. Rom-com vintage evening. Okay. Alrighty. I missed the end of the swallowing presentation. That's okay. Don't worry about it. Lee, can you start over? No, but I'm sure Max could probably give you a demonstration. I love my wife and her allegations. Yeah. Rom-com vintage new wave cricket 150 BPM adolescence. Yeah. Are usually very boring. I have indie dog Thursday evening right now. Yeah, checks out. I had to go deliver lasagnas to people. And you didn't show up at my door, Mima? What in the world? Actually, I'm not a big lasagna fan, so I'm glad that you did not show up at my door. That is preferred. Max, can you show me? Does not need to watch me swallow again. Yeah. Yeah, again. Mine is Lovesick Nocturnal Image. Evening. Nope, not image. How did I get image? Lovesick Nocturnal Evening. Yeah. It's a charity thing called Lasagna Love. You can either sign up to get or give lasagnas. Interesting. Ooh. Power ballad teen rock Thursday evening. I had comforting cinnamon afternoon earlier. That would not be comforting for Lee. Yeah, that's what I was exactly thinking. I was like, who is that comforting? Not me. Did you know that one of the natural flavors in Coca-Cola is cinnamon oil? Look that up today. That was great. Hospital trip? Nah, it won't put me in the hospital. But I literally looked. This patient, she can't eat anything right now. But she really just wanted the taste of a Coca-Cola. And so I got one for her. And like I put it on a sponge just so that I could like rub it around her gums so that she could like taste it. I couldn't let her drink it. But I opened up the Coke and I poured a little bit into the glass for her to like, you know, take the sponge and like put it around her gums and stuff like that. Because this poor woman just wanted the taste of a Coca-Cola. And so I was like, well, I'm not gonna let this Coca-Cola go to waste. So I started drinking it, and then I looked at it tasted interesting. I don't know. I'm not a regular Coke fan. I'm a Diet Coke girly. I was just curious because it tasted interesting to me. I was like, what are these natural flavors that are in Coca-Cola? Looked it up. Cinnamon oil. It's fine. That is such terrible news. Nice. So kill Coke. Wait. Let me scroll up. Awkward. Coke would kill you? You could say that in multiple ways. Did you have an allergic reaction? No. No. I did not have an allergic reaction. We are fine. We lived. I am still here. If I had an allergic reaction, I would not be here right now. Thank goodness. Yeah. So there you go. The more you know. Coca-Cola has cinnamon in it. Wouldn't think of it, but that's one of the natural flavors of Coca-Cola. So, that's always fun to discover. What new item has cinnamon in it unexpectedly? At least it was at work. I drank it on the way home. It wasn't at work. I did not drink it at work. I just I took it home with me. So even if I had wanted to, yeah, no, it wouldn't have worked out. I need to upgrade my pickaxe because there's another one there. Well, you're okay, and that's what counts. Yes, that is what counts. Affairs. Yeah. That's what I found out today. Is this cinnamon oil also in Diet Coke? I don't know. So I tried to look up the natural flavors in Diet Coke and nothing was coming up. That's the issue. Not dead yet. Me justifying bad decisions. Yeah. Not dead yet. I accept your gift. Okay. Okay. Diet Coke is purely unnatural. Yeah, so there you go. We're safe there. I'm only a Diet Coke person because that's what I grew up with. Diet Coke, worst Coke? Really? Jake gets it? Alrighty, hang on. Poll. New poll. I was about to type what Coke. Alrighty, give me your opinion. You got 2 minutes to vote. Are you a Diet Coke person or are you a Coca-Cola person? I need to know. This is for science, okay? Okay. think I talked about this, that there's something in this song that just scratches my brain. The vanilla Coke goated though. I don't really like the flavors. I think I just have a problem. Maybe it's just my taste buds. Sorry. I'm a Diet Coke person, that's because I have issues. Yeah, apparently me too. More the cherry Coke. Okay. Fair. Welcome on in, Scribbly. Yeah. Alrighty. 7 of you are choosing Coca-Cola. 3 of you are choosing Diet Coke. Understood. Over here. I know I don't have a bomb, though, buddy. Alrighty. Okay. Well, apparently y'all's all like regular Coca-Cola more, and that's okay. I will accept that my opinion is probably wrong and that my taste buds are not great, but yeah, Diet Coke is the one that I grew up on because that's what my dad was addicted to. Not anymore, but he used to drink way too much. Did you see the Strange Antiquities announcement? No. I literally followed them on Twitter and then I missed it. He's got me talking like you've got me. No, I was too upset yesterday. Doo -doo -doo -doo. Strange Antiquities. When? When does it come out? Do we know? This looks pretty cool. It's getting a sequel. Ooh, I like this shop. When? Wishlist now. When? Fuck. Doesn't say when. Strange Antiquities, Strange Horticulture, and then now Strange Antiquities. Oh, I like that a lot. I don't have Steam open off the top. But there we go. Because Diet Coke and regular Coke are literally different sodas. Yes. They are different sodas. I would agree with that. They don't taste the same. We're continuing our 11-hour stream. Yes, we are, Rev. Coming to be your man on the moon. For real, another one right now. I need to go see if I have anything that I can make a bomb with. I should do that. Because I need to go free the guy. Because that's a couple of free points there. Like it was one stream? I mean, it will be a... Yeah. More or less. That is the plan, more or less. Can I go free that guy? Do I have anything in here? This should be enough, right? This makes a bomb. Can make 2 of them. Okay. Cool. Put that in there. Put that in there. Screw it. Put that in there. Take this with me. I know what I'm putting on when I'm going to sleep as background noise then. Appreciate it. Truly do. Truly do, actually. Skip. Thank you. Nothing good. Okay. Be a man on the moon. Okay, so I killed my health just by just by doing that bomb there a second ago then, huh? Oops. Alrighty. There's one. I need one more. Need one more leg. Okay. Jack be nimble, Jack be thick. I can do that. Learned a new power. I'll take it. Alrighty. Don't have that yet. We got one of them. Not all of them. Alrighty. Who remembers the numbers for the flowers and the starfish in the back here? Because I don't. I've done this too many times. I don't remember it. There's one walnut. Ah, frick. Stardew Valley. Golden. Walnuts. 22 is the first one? Okay. Island Field Office. I'm just double checking. 22 and then 18. Okay. Then 18. Cool. Safe. If I can make the island resort, we're gonna try and do that now. And then we'll run home. We're getting there. Shelters. Spamming Kirby down bay. Toy Nostalgia. Alrighty, sleepies. And then, whose birthday? The 11th. Jody's. Okay. I'm gonna go back to the mainland today. Maybe. Yeah. I gotta go check the luck. And do everything else there. My foot. Okay. I will do this. I don't remember if I've gotten all of the walnuts from these, from the mussels yet or not. And then we'll go for the dwarf scrolls. Woo! So fun. Who's ready for those? Not me. But we'll go and see what's going on over here. Ooh, do I have that recipe yet? Probably not, right? No. Cool. Bye. We could do fishing here this morning too. It would help with a little. There's one. Squidge, thank you so much for choosing to use your Prime on me for the month. I truly appreciate it. Welcome back on Intel Villager Club. I hope you enjoy your continued sub match and your continued use of emotes out here. I truly appreciate it. Yeah, we might do a little bit of fishing while we wait for the people to come from Ginger Island. See if Gus makes an appearance here today. Take me out. Shoot the bed. Stuff that flies. Is anyone coming to the island today? Or I think maybe they come around 10. We'll see. If not, that's fine. I'll just go back to the main, to Pelican Town. But I thought maybe they would be on their way. Maybe not. Do I need a flounder for any recipe? I do need a tuna, so I'm going to hang on to that tuna. trying to grab golden walnuts from fishing. So if we could do that, that would be pretty cool. If not, that's fine too, but I would like to get some of the golden walnuts. Okay, here come the people. Took them a little bit longer to get here today. Or maybe it's just Abigail today. Oh, there's Gus. Oh, hell yeah. Here, kid. This is the part that I like. Gus? Alrighty. One, I gotta give that to Pam. That makes it really easy. Give me the tropical curry recipe. And now I can shut this place down. I can shut it down. I don't need any more recipes. We're good. Let's see. Do we think that I can reach that? No. The answer is no. Again, do I need a flounder for any recipe? Let me look. I gotta check. I do. I'll hang on to it. Sell the glow quality of that one. And then we're good. You know what? We're gonna need a salmon. Let me grab the salmon while we're here. And because I see bubbles. There we go. Salmon. Done. Bye. I don't need to give Penny a gift. Today is her birthday, though, isn't it? The 2nd? Yep. Today is her birthday and a quest. That would have been a great quest to get on her birthday. That's really nice. Here you go, Pam. I think we should be at 7 hearts now with Pam. Yes. Okay, we're done. We don't have to gift Pam anymore. Be surprised. Got a girlfriend. Bad luck. Alrighty. We'll try again tomorrow. Oh, it's raining. Okay. Queen of Sauce. Carp Surprise. Fortune Teller. Good Luck Day. Alrighty. We are going to the mines. Let me go the right way. We'll start here. Sense. Stop making sense. Stop making sense, making sense. Has any other songs off of that, off this, A24 album come out yet? Then this. Let me search. Stop making sense. Ooh, there is. Oh, there's a lot of them. Holy cow. Did the whole thing come out? 6 days ago. Do we listen to the whole thing? The Stop Making Sense tribute album. For this one. It came out. Yeah, I didn't know that. We're listening to it. Alrighty. Psycho Killer, starting with Miley Cyrus. We'll see how this goes. Just because I like the Talking Heads quite a lot. This, okay, for anyone that is curious, so this is a like cover album of a bunch of, it's like a tribute album for the Talking Heads. So a bunch of like music artists, pretty popular music artists, covered a bunch of Talking Head songs. And so that is what we're listening to here. If you don't know who the Talking Heads are, they were a very popular band. A while ago. I couldn't tell you what years off the top of my head. Trying to see if I can get more dwarf scrolls. Or get dwarf scrolls from killing the bugs too. But also we need we do need to increase our combat level regardless. So I'll just keep killing bugs too. As I continue to just hoe up the ground here. Because, yeah, we need every dwarf scroll. And I didn't know that we needed them. Until yesterday. So. There's a bunch of bugs on the other side, so I'm gonna just go grab those. Got one! Nice. Okay, alrighty. Didn't mean to go down the floor there, but we did. There's a freebie over there too, so that'll help. Who is this? Oh, the National. That's why. Like, whose voice is this? What happened? Where's the place where nothing ever happens? Again. There's which one? The third one we can only get from blue slimes. I guess there's none that I can get from tilling here. So I'm just gonna, I guess, just go kill a bunch of blue slimes on lower floors. Start at 45. Okay. Sure, I absolutely will take all of that from the dust sprites. Slide in. Red place. A place where nothing ever happens. Hello, Elf. I hope I'm saying this right. Elf Anger's son, welcome on in. Is a place. So something quite traumatic happened? What happened, Rev? Fill me in. What's the drama? You know, yes, I do. What happened? I know that she just finished her 120-hour stream. You told me that. What happened? I don't want that sword. We don't need a sword. Boop, boop, boop. And today she... Oh, no. Oh, that's horrible. Goodness, I'm so sorry. Gosh. Yeah. This is Blonde Shell. Thank you for sending me an angel. Okay. Goodness. Don't know her, but she is. Is she all right? Yeah. With the trailer merged into their lane, they got hit by the trailer and the guy drove off. That's ridiculous. I'm sorry. That's so shitty. I don't know how you can just do that to another person and just drive off. But her grandma's pretty banged up? Oh no. Oh. I'm glad that she's okay. But still, that's... Well, yeah, if they merged left into her lane, then the passenger seat would have gotten... squished. Oh. I'm sorry. That really sucks, because she had just... Yeah, finished that super long stream. So that she could get her, surgery. There we go. Got 2 of them now. The yellow one is... Oh, not the one that I needed. How did I get Dwarf Scroll 4? Okay. I need 3 and 2 now. That's fine. Sure. Hi, Watcher. I'm doing good. How are you? Welcome on in. Are you winning? Yeah. No. I mean, we're trying. Is there a slime over there? No. Okay, I'm not going to waste my time. Just keeping them in our thoughts. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. What do you mean? This is world record pace. Yeah. 12 hours of world record pace. Definitely. Actually, it could be. I don't know. Mushroom Hat is a lie and fake, but I'm doing good. Oh no. Not the fake Mushroom Hat. Not the fake Mushroom Hat. You can get one of them by tilling the lava levels? Yeah. Oh no, I got that one already. I have that one. That's number 4. I don't have the one that I get from killing blue slimes. They just decided to give me the other one. $60 freaking mushroom trees and 0 luck. Oh gosh, I'm so sorry. Blue and green scrolls? Yeah, those are the ones I need. So that's... One is tilling in the mines. Potentially. The green one. And then the blue one is from... Higher chance from killing blue slimes. This is the Linda's. Yeah, that one too. Ice floors for these? Yeah, a lot of them, yes. Ice floors. Some of them, also just tilling. Which is fine, because I need to increase my combat levels, so if we just have to keep going, that's fine. That's fine, because I need combat levels. So I'll take it. And I need combat levels for recipes. 45. I'm just gonna do... We'll do 45 and 55 here. Reset. For the blue slimes. Oh, there's another one up there. I guess we can technically go down to 60, can't we? Blue scroll? Which one are you looking at? I'm looking at this one here. Blue scroll doesn't say anything about the tilling on the lava levels. Ooh, this one's in Spanish. Slippery people. What recipe do you need this? Yeah, green can be done by tilling, but not, it's from 1 to 39. I already have the yellow one, so I don't need that one. But the blue is only from several monsters drop 1.5% for blue slime, which is why I'm here. It's so that I can talk to the dwarf in the volcano mine. To get the ginger ale recipe. That's it. That's all I need. It's okay. Yeah, you got it. I was just confused by the killing monsters on lava levels. I was like, not the one that I need. The other one that I already got, yeah. Yeah, that's why I was just confused. All good. Figured it out. Alrighty, it's 1 a.m. We'll have to wrap it up here. Yeah, well, yeah, only because it said that, the green one. You had said, blue scrolls. Blue scroll ... killing monsters on lava levels. So that's why I was confused. Alrighty. Moving on. Not me peacefully watching you in the NBA Eastern Conference Finals and the internet cuts out? What? I'm sorry, Rayev. We're about to pass out. I did not realize how late it was. No, we were so close. We were almost on our farm. I'm kind of mad about that. That's fine. But we got 2 of the dwarf scrolls, so I'll take it. Okay, we can go today as well. To go and get dwarf scrolls. I think I'm gonna make another chest too. I don't have space. Toast is trying to get walked. If you want to take this one, yeah. I got you. I can do that one. No problem. I'll be there in a significant amount of hours. Okay, to the mines. To the mines. We're at half energy, but it does not matter. I might go give this to Linus too. Let me go give this yam to Linus. And she did not bother looking over. She is in walk me or don't talk to me mode. Yeah. I got an emo you might enjoy. Simsy Dance. Yeah, I know Simsy's got hot dog ones. Because there's one of her characters I know. Is the hot dog guy. I don't remember what the name is off the top of my head. I couldn't tell you. Minus bald? No. Hot dog man is correct. Yes. There you go. Hot dog man. I don't remember what it was, but it's hot dog man. Hot dog man was my nickname in college. Okay. No, I sold hot dogs outside of the football stadium? Really? Okay, that is Jake lore that I did not know about. That's kind of cool. Good to know. I did not know that. It's Stanley Humphrey. Yes, Stanley. Yep. I was like, that sounds right. That Stanley is the name. Yes, I'm definitely not lying for a joke. Okay. It's fine. I'll take your word for it, Jake. Burning down the house. This place. Please. Can I get a dwarf scroll, please? My nose is itching. Holy fudge. Hang on. Okay, we're good. My nose just got like suddenly so itchy. Out of the blue. And I didn't know why. But we're here now, so. Alrighty, blue slime. Uh, 50, we'll do this one. Um, where are we? 45. Sorry. I'm looking for blue slimes. Please. Hopefully, one of them will drop a dwarf scroll for us. Who knows, though? Oh, that one gave me 2 jades, but no dwarf scroll. Okay. What group is this? DJ Tunes. Life during wartime. Okay. Oh, Nora Jones is on the This Must Be the Place. Oh. I like that a lot. Oh. Do you think that have anything to do with randomly legacy settings? Maybe. I don't know. Your stream always has the best tunes? Thank you. I appreciate it. We're just listening to the the Talking Heads tribute album currently, because it apparently came out last week and I didn't know about it. You know what comes out tomorrow? I believe the Wallows album and the 21 Pilots album. So May's been a pretty big month for music fans. To say the least. I'm interested to hear what this 21 Pilots album is going to sound like. I'm a little apprehensive about it. The Wallows album I know is going to be good. I'm a little apprehensive about this 21 Pilots album. We'll see. Can you guess who learned to edit their save file today? You figured it out, Watcher? I can tell you I've done it multiple times before. When I was originally practicing the community center speedrun, like before I knew more stuff about it. I think it was like one of my first ones. I had to reset it and go back a day. Because I may have accidentally clicked on the wrong profession. On accident. Alrighty. I remember that? Yeah, I had to go back. It was not like an official speedrun because I wasn't ever going to submit it because it was my first one, but we did anyways. Alright, oh, forgot about that. Don't forget to get your checks in today. Your Barbaras, your Princess. Ooh, Jake, that's a low Princess. Get your Ho energy, your MILF. Ooh, Grace, you good? Oh, it's okay. The high Princess levels it out a little bit. Your MILF check, your DILF check. Don't forget to get it all out. Oh, yeah. Tizo touchdown, making flippy floppy. I forgot about this one. This is a good Talking Head song. It's because I was sent the wrong rhinestones 2 times now and had to order from a different company. I had never ordered from. Oh gosh. Yikes. They sent you the wrong rhinestones twice? First time, it's like, okay, like understandable, but second? Man. Will's got big BDE right now. One time, okay. 2 times you mess up the order? That's just not right. I'm stressed it won't match the top and I won't be happy with it. Oh. Fingers crossed for you, Grace. Hopefully it does. Oh, hey, the monster book. Give me some combat experience. Surely one of these monsters on this floor will give me a dwarf scroll, right? Surely one of them will. I've gotten none today, and it's a super good luck day. I have not done my barber check for the day. Either. Wow. Okay. Alrighty, Jake. Just low rolling across the board there, huh? Alrighty, now I'm curious. 38? Hell yeah, bitches! Hell yeah! Yeah, well, we know who the princess is. Yeah, we already know. So true. So true. Hang on, pause. Let me make it. There we go. There we go. Thank you. One second. You already know who I'm sending this to. This is no surprise. Wow, alright, I don't need to do any other check today. It's just 100% hull energy. I'll take it. Only sending it because I know Max had just texted a second ago and had said that he was taking Toast for a walk, so that is why. Hi, Magic Conch, welcome on in. I'll take the 100%. At what point is Jake low rolling considering bullying by the bot? Good question. How low does it have to go? The 3% is pretty gosh darn low. There you go. Alrighty. I think that's the first time I've ever rolled 100 on something. 69, yeah. We've gotten quite a few 69s. But I think that's the first time I've ever rolled 100. Especially on Ho energy. We all know Barbara gives those out sparingly. Barbara does not give anybody 100%. On Ho and Dilf ones? Love that day. Yeah, I think you did. I do remember that. $99, Mary. Holy cow. Oh, there's the second one. Let's go. What is the second one from? Okay, not the one that I wanted from the slimes. It's fine. Hi, Drew. Happy Friday and happy birthday. It's Drew's birthday. Woohoo. I hope you've had a good day. I've been a true MILF once. That day was great. Yeah. Got 100% Ho and 100 Barbara in one day. Yeah. It's Drew Day! Yay! It's Drew Day. I will allow. But it is exclamation point Ho energy. There you go. Oh, is that not working? YouTube. Oh, there we go. It's just slow. What was it? Exclamation point Ho energy. In a row. There you go. You got it. Alrighty. I just need blue slimes now. That's the last one. I worked, but I took tomorrow off and then Memorial Day, so 4 days off. Very nice. That is incredible. Guess what I'm getting tomorrow? What are you getting tomorrow, Drew? Fill me in. What are you getting tomorrow? Margs? Oh, let's go. The last time Devin was here, we split a picture of Margs. I think that was the last time I had a Marg. Was when Devin was here. That was in April? And that was... Yeah. Oh, to split a picture of Margs with Lee and Devin. Yeah. Yeah. Because there's a place that by me that we just walked to that I have taken Devin to before. But we just walked to it. It was really nice. Maybe one day I'll visit the moon where Lee lives. No, she lives in Texas. Yeah. Yeah. Of the photos that you sent me, Drew, for the stadiums that you went to, was it those three? Or was there more? Did I miss more? How often do you get asked for marriage? Just curious. Never. Not looking for that, though. Actually, you know, probably about once a month from my patients at work. Yeah, those three. Okay. You did not go to any of the other ones. You didn't go to the one by me. So you're safe. I can confirm that, Drew. Like in Stardew Valley, she does that a lot. Yeah, that's true. I do a speedrun marriage in Stardew Valley. Lee is the one who proposes, yeah. Not the old creepos, yeah. Oh, yeah, there was one patient that was really touchy-feely with a coworker today. That was not a good time. She, like, told me, and was like, have you gone to go see this patient already? And I said, yes, I start my day with him so that I get it over with and I don't have to go back and see him later. Oh, well, no, the Midwest swing will come? Okay, maybe next year. Perfect. That's not good, yeah. Yeah. Um... Level 7 combat. We're getting there. It's good humor. We're good to go. No, it's not good. Cool. Party. To the Midwest unless it's directly invited by somebody. And now that my sister got out of Chicago as soon as she could, that's unlikely. That's fair. Because down to DC is like 6 to 7 hours. To get to the Midwest will take more planning. Yeah. Yeah, it will. But there's a lot of good stadiums. A lot of good baseball stadiums in the Midwest. She always had the most hilarious stories because they're creepos, but at the same time, they're out of their minds for the most part. Yeah. Yeah. That's my life. That's my life. Good night, Knugans. Have a good one. Thanks for hanging. I will let you know when I'm in the vague Midwest. Perfect. Perfect. If you live anywhere, would you choose to live where you are now? Or would you live somewhere else? No, somewhere else. I had a parent flirt with me at a retirement party yesterday? Oh, no. Ew. No, thank you. I don't like that. No, thanks. Ooh. Big no. I wish a parent would flirt with me. There you go. I don't know which one you're going for. It's either love MILF or... Yeah, there you go. Jake's got it. Oh, okay. This is one of my faves. This must be the place. Oh. And this is the one that has Nora Jones on it, too. Oh, no. That one is always 100, Rando. Love MILFs is always 100. That was just a declaration. Yeah, yeah. That one is rigged. Lee, don't tell. Sorry. Back belong. One word. I don't have the love command anymore. Because Lumia doesn't let me do it. Hang it on the ground. Hang it in the sky. You's okay. Let's do nothing's wrong. Nothing. Oh. Plenty of time. You're not in my eyes. standing here beside me. I have mini M&Ms, the best kind of M&Ms. Money, always for love. Gather up and say goodnight. Say goodnight. I love this song so much. Lumia's a hater, confirmed. Yeah. Agreed. Mini M&Ms exist? Oh yeah. Oh yeah, the best kind of M&Ms. I have mini peanut butter M&Ms? Okay, now we're talking. I've never had those, but that sounds delicious. Oh, I like the Nora Jones. It's where I want to be. I guess I'm already there. I feel home. Lifted up my wings. This must be the place. I can tell one from the other. Where you find me. Here was the time before we were born. I'm on this. This is where I'll be. Where I'll be. Up. Things drifting it out. Up. Sing into my mouth. Out of oceans of people. I'm just an animal looking for a home and share same space for a minute or two. And you love me till heart stops. Love me till the end. Life starts at me on the head. Oh, beautiful. I love this cover. This is a new favorite. New favorite off this album. Okay, I can turn it back down. Okay, what are we saying about M&Ms? They have mini Skittles now too? Oh, I feel like everything is better in mini form. No, they've been making mini M&Ms everywhere. They're delicious. Oh, the US has so many more flavors for stuff like that. Yeah. Did y'all have the little M&M guy in your grocery store and inside him were mini M&Ms tubes? Yes, I did. Ours was the yellow M&M? Yes, absolutely. That is so true. There's still so much I don't know. There you go. Have you, wait. Have you heard of an artist named Lynn Lapid? I feel like that sounds familiar, but I don't know. Oh, you know what? Hang on, let me do this real fast. Just because I saw a notif on it. I'm about to put a Google form in the chat. Okay? I need you all to fill out this Google form and select Nia. Okay? So Nia's username is Nia. aka one of my moderators here. She's nominated for 3 awards. The 3 awards are Big Fish in a Little Pond, Indies Rule the World, and Streamer of the Year. I already voted as well. but do it. Yeah, Nia is literally one of my favorite people in this world. So please do yourself a favor and fill that out. I'm going to pin it at the top of chat there for the next little bit. I want my seductive M&Ms. Yeah. Yeah, just because I looked over and I saw everything. Oh, I got it. I saw Nia's live notification. So if you could all please fill that out, that would be greatly appreciated. You don't have to do the whole thing. Maybe just choose those 3 awards. It's Big Fish in a Little Pond, Indies Rule the World, and Streamer of the Year. So maybe go do that. Because Nia is an icon. Oh, this is Toro Imoy. Genius of Love. Oh, this is going to be a good one, too. I like it already. I just need the last dwarf scroll. If if you don't know anybody in the category, I'm pretty sure you can leave it blank. But yes, vote for Nia. Agreed. Oh wait, where is the dwarf scroll? Yeah, I'm just missing the blue one, number 3, from the monsters, particularly the blue slimes. Unfortunately. True. Just vote for Nia. Or vote for any of the other creators that you know, because there's a bunch of wonderful, wonderful creators listed there. I believe Sheeler is nominated for a couple of awards too. Love her. I know there was a couple of other Women's Guild members that were also nominated that I can't remember off the top of my head. Jake? Oh no, Mary, don't feed into it. No. No. 3 is that is outside of my boundaries, Mary. Oh. Just because I know where it leads to. Give me the last dwarf scroll. That's all we need. The last dwarf scroll, please. It's gonna take me forever. I've spent almost the whole stream just searching for this. Better than that. I've never seen someone speedrun the recipes. How do you do this? I'm speedrunning to collect all the recipes and then make them. So I have to... chat though, I can always check chat, of course. I have to... essentially, I finished the community center. We had to unlock Ginger Island. And now it's a process of getting friendship and a couple of other extra items as well. So you can get recipes from watching the TV, from friendship, and a couple of other random places, such as like levels. So like I need fishing level 9. And then what else? I also need I'm grabbing all of the dwarf scrolls right now because I have to talk to the volcano dwarf in order to get the ginger ale recipe. And we have to get the one from the we already got that one, but it's the tropical curry, which is from the Ginger Island resort, and then we have to get another one from the couple of other places too. So there you go. So it's like it's not like an official category or anything. This is just something that I wanted to try and see how long it would take me. And so we've been doing this since Sunday. Stop making sense, making sense. Stop making sense. Stop making sense. Stop making sense, making sense. Girlfriend, what's better than this? Okay, apparently I just did not want to hit that slime at all. Okay, there's just a blue slime over there to the left. Anything over here? No. Okay. We get the blue slime and then we go. Please, dwarf scroll! Darn. Darn. Ugh. Oh, this is the one by Lord. I didn't really like this one. Take to the river. At the water. Take to the river. Hi, Chris. Welcome on in. Down. Walking me. What are we hunting for? We are looking for dwarf scroll number 3, which we got the most chance of getting it. 1.5% chance of getting it from blue slimes. So, and also killing other enemies. It's like 0.5% for other enemies. And I need the combat levels to begin with. And we're only at level 7. And I think we need 8 or 9. I think 8. I hope 8. But 1.5%. Whoa, big odds. Yeah. So we could be here for a while. Who knows? I don't know. I might try and find another way of getting it. By using artifact troves if we don't get it today. I think this will be like our last in-game day of trying to get it. Is decent by some Stardew standards? Yeah. Not the 0.0, like multiple 0 chance of getting the living hat or all those other ones. It's wonderful. Same with like the mushroom hat. It's like 0.05, I think. Yeah. It's really great. It's wonderful. At this rate, you'll get Burglar's Ring to help. I'm hoping. Eventually. Again, I mainly also just want combat level, too. So, it's not really a waste of time. I think I am gonna sleep. I'm gonna do one more quick reset. And then we'll sleep until Jody's birthday on the 11th. 4! Are you kidding me? I already have 4. I need 3. Oh. I had a split second that I thought living hat during the mayo tourney last week and slightly backtracked because I made a noise when I cite some stuff. 2 of 3 bad decisions completed. Nice. What's the choice tonight, Jake? It's literally 150. Go to bed. Monster and vodka. Ooh. Okay. I was not expecting that combination. I thought you were just gonna go for straight. Okay. Sure. Interesting choice. Okay, the bookseller's in town. We gotta go over there. I already know how to cook tortillas. Go straight? Please. Yeah, you think I don't know that one already? I don't know that already? Can't. It don't work like that. Alrighty. I need to go back to the island at some point. Maybe we'll do it after Jody's birthday here. Okay. I gotta go to the bookseller. I think is this the last song on here? Yeah. Overall, pretty good album. I won't lie. But also, the Talking Heads music is just always good. It's always good. Do I have to collect the 10 coals? Yeah. Okay, I'll go do that. Might as well. Only because it'll increase friendship with Clint, and then I don't have to talk to him again. Thanks, President Fish. Appreciate it. We're just gonna get all of them. I don't think I need any mining. Combat, yes. Letting Toast know you're on your way so she can get her power nap in. Okay, perfect. Yeah. I am on my way. You got it. You got it. To the mines we go. To the mines we go. Okay, I don't want to do a full day of resetting. I just need 10 coals. And how do we get those 10 coals? By dust sprites. So we're gonna do those real fast. Or not. Okay, the album is repeating now. Ooh, okay, new day list. Oh, you want to know what my day list is? Fearful Scream Thursday evening. You listen to teen rock in 2020s on Thursday evening. Here's some Scream, Fearful, Situationship, Power Ballad, Emotional, and Indie Sleaze. Indie Sleaze, understandable. Okay, hold up. All of these, why are there... It's all Girl in Red. It's all Girl in Red. It's all Girl in Red and Conan Gray. I don't listen to Conan Gray. That's Max's fault, because it's on another playlist. I don't listen to Girl in Red. No, I listen to Girl in Red. I don't listen to Conan Gray ever. There's a lot of Taylor Swift on here too, which is understandable. Maybe that's why I'm getting fed Situationship so much. Is because of the new Taylor Swift album is about her 10-year situationship with freaking Maddie Healy. That's why. Gosh dang it. Okay. That's unfortunate. Okay. Okay, now that checks out. What else is on this playlist? It's literally a lot of the same stuff. And then an artist that Kristen recommended me. There's The Last Dinner Party. There's Jesus is Dead by Bleachers, because apparently that's that. I thought it was just Spotify calling me out, Grace. I think it's the Taylor Swift. I think it's the Taylor Swift. There's a Blue to Tiger song. I really like blues music too. After Midnight by Chappell Roan is on this one. Mother. Why? There's 2 Luke Hemming songs on here too. I don't listen to them ever. No. Okay. Alrighty. Things can be 2 things. That's true. Yeah, probably the Taylor Swift. Yeah, Grace, probably the Taylor Swift. No other reason? No. No other reason. Good luck, Grace. What am I looking for? Coal. I'm looking for coal. For me, it's the Taylor Swift. That's my answer. There's no. So it is confirmed the Taylor Swift that is causing situationship to be popping up in all of my playlists. So, but yeah. It could be Spotify also just calling you out too, guys. It could be. There you go. The Scream is interesting. Why is this Scream? Fearful Scream Thursday. What song am I screaming? The Girl in Red. Never mind. Scream Fearful. Okay, what is Scream? Oh, boop. Let me close that up real fast. Scream mix. Too much. Okay. These are just good songs. What do you mean? They're not. This is not Scream music. Is it Scream music? It's just music that you can scream out loud. Okay, I guess. Kind of. Some of it. Others, not so much. Like, I don't think I would scream a Noah Khan song. Unless I saw him live. And then I would be screaming. Pierce the Veil, that's not one that I listen to often. I know the reason for this song. Yeah. That one's also Max's fault. Fearful mix. What is the fearful mix? Why is this fearful? Huh? What is this? What is fearful about any of this? I don't get it. Will do here, Mary, again. Oh, my Spotify got stuck! Okay. Never mind, we're just gonna minimize that because it got stuck on that homepage. Like, what does that even mean? I'll tell you in just a second. Communal mix. Okay. Interesting choice of, why'd you only call me when you're high? What is communal music? What does that mean? Yeah, I don't know. Also, why is Robbers by the 1975 being communal music? Huh. Okay. Alrighty. Curious. That's fair. Music to play when you have your first communion. Yeah, Robbers by the 1975? That it would be so. Isn't that one about? I'm pretty sure that's about like drugs. Also, why'd you only call me when you're high? Hold up. Okay, I fixed it. We got it. It moved. Robbers by the 1975. I'm literally just gonna add this to queue real fast. Yeah, it literally is. Not the 1975, yeah. Also, okay. Okay, music to listen to on your first communion. Wish You Were Gay by Billie Eilish. That's There you go. That's why. Ripped my youth by the neighborhood too. Perfect for first communion. Exactly. Now we got it. That's what it means. Communal music. The something else that I was gonna say, and now I can't remember. Slipped my mind. Oh, I saw a breakdown of one of Billie Eilish's songs. And it realized that it's a reference to when she dated Jesse from the night Jesse Rutherford from the not the 1975 from the neighborhood. Doomed by Bring Me the Horizon. But I went to a youth group meeting with my senior year of high school for a girl I had a crush on and became an atheist from it. Is this normal? Yeah. Yeah. If it's talking about your first communion, yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay, where are the dust sprites? I think I'm just gonna go down to level 40. And then go from there, because I typically find them. There's more. Fine. We're at 7 out of 10. My head is itchy. Okay. All good. Cake. Nine. Please, one of y'all give me a coal. There we go, we're done. I'm going to go to 1. Lisa, no! Taking this prize ticket. Actually, here. I think, do I have some geodes on me? No, just mystery boxes. I will take those. Cool. I did not say 9. No. What is this? An orange tree? Yeah. Cool. I'll take an orange tree. I heard you say 9, and caption said 9, but okay. Yeah, I said 9 out of 10 coals. Not 9 in response to you. I said not by the end of the stream. Because I'm gonna be speedrunning to Jody's birthday. Oh, so you did say 9. Okay. Whee! Just gonna keep chopping down trees. We're gonna increase our foraging level, and then we're gonna sleep until Jody's birthday. And then just give Jody a gift. On the 11th. Bum, bum, bum. Rolling Colorado. There we go. Bilingual queen cannot read. No. No. Alrighty, I'm sleeping till Jody's birthday. Ow. Could you love affair? Yeah, there we go. Alrighty. One more day. Jody's birthday. Jody. What can I give Jody for her birthday? I believe I just gave her a diamond, right? Yeah. That is the answer. I just gave her a diamond. You. Alrighty, and then I'm just gonna go around and giving gifts because I can. To some peeps. Just me and you. Take me there. Da-da, take my do-do-do-do. Ba-da-da-do-do-do-do-do. Oh, I should do this. Let me go all the way down here and clear out this area. Yeah. There we go. Perfect. Oh, I forgot I planted all these trees here. Oops. My bad. Oh, agreed. Toast is absolutely perfect. She's just a baby. Little toasty girl. Just just a little baby. All dogs are, but especially the dogs we know and love. Yeah. True. True. Oh, my coworker showed me her dog yesterday. She has um she just described it as a long dog, and I was like, "Okay, a long dog. Sure." It looked like a black lab, but I don't know if it's actually a black lab. But she said the dog's name is Luffy. Named it's after. Yeah, it's from One Piece. But yes, long dog equals Borzoi in my mind. I don't know what the dog is. I won't lie. Uh, It didn't look that long, if I'm being honest. It's the dog seemed pretty tall though. I will say that. Lawn dogs are greyhounds in my opinion. Yeah, I would agree with that one more. Do I have to keep gifting Willie? No, I don't. I think I got all of them already. I need to go over here. Gus. Let me go to Clint first. Give him a gift. Also, Dachshunds. Dachshunds? I can't pronounce it. Never. I will never pronounce it correctly. Also, hi, T Sapling. Welcome on in. My dog is a long dog, but she's very stumpy. Why did I go dachshunds? Because it's good. I like dachshunds are very cute. Dachshunds are very cute. What else? A lot of them. I like all dogs. All dogs. Oh, I keep forgetting to gift Caroline. I just haven't been gifting her anything, huh? Caroline over here. Or no. No, she's not even over here. Never mind. They're long? Yeah. They can be little shits. I should know I had one, but he was the sweetest little creature. Yeah. Have you ever seen a kitty Maine Coon? Yes. Yes, I have. They're very fluffy. Very fluffy. Oh, shoot. I didn't want to do that. I want to go to the bus stop and grab the, this. I won't address why that is that. That is not a great term to permit. But I know you were talking about a cat, so I'll let you go. Harley's a duck. She hasn't killed yet? She had it for like a year? Huh? And she brings it everywhere. We don't know why this toy has survived so long. But any other toy gets completely ripped to shred within like 10 minutes of her getting it. But this duck is her baby. And put it next to the bowl. Yeah, it's her little baby. It's just a little baby. Little Harley baby. There you go. It's just a little baby. My dog also had a little, like a little dog like that too. Okay. Yeah. My dog would treat all of our Webkins as his babies. So, like, growing up, we had, like, stuffed animal Webkins and whatnot. And my childhood dog growing up would take the Webkins as his, like, little babies around the house. She has a deep fear of commitment. Oh. Her name was Augusta? Oh. That's adorable. That's super cute. Oh, I only needed one. Oopsies. It was an empty soda bottle. It's fair. With large rocks, he would pick up any large rock he found. It was hilarious. Oh. Oh. My my parents got her because they got a good tax refund. Solid choice. Who haven't I gone to go gift yet? I can give Willie a gift. I don't know. I can't remember if I need to gift him yet. I don't need to give Pierre anymore. Leo. Oh, Marnie. Let me go and gift Marnie here. Marnie and Caroline. Oh, I don't like that cutscene. Hey, how's the weather? Here, Marnie. Take this. Yeah. Our, like, stuffed animals as a kid grew into being dog toys. And then I think I got everybody, right? Yeah. Yeah, they just grew into being dog toys. But my dog would always rip the squeaker out of all of his toys. The moment he would rip it, I would throw it away. Probably safer. Okay. I was waiting kind of to see if it would be. I think his whole thing was biting it until he could make a hole in it, so then he could keep chewing on it until it was completely flat. That would make a lot of sense. Oh my gosh. You do have a long dog meat, Matt. It's just a baby. You're a cute dog. Very cute. Very cute dog. Then he would bring it to you to throw it and play fetch, not with a ball, with a soda bottle. Hey, it works. If it works, it works. So, there you go. There you go. That is where we're going to end for tonight, gamers. I'm gonna. I think I told you all that our 1v1 versus Blink was moved to not tomorrow, but next Saturday. And so since I had already promised you all a stream, depending on how we're feeling tomorrow, we might do a Just Dance speedrun or just a general Just Dance stream. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. Let me see who's currently live and who we can go hang out with, shall we? Oh, also at the top of chat, I hope Link feels better. That stinks. Yeah, she lost her voice. So what's the sketch? I will still probably be live tomorrow. And I will definitely be live on Saturday. Saturday at 11 a.m. Central Standard Time. I'll be live probably a few minutes beforehand. And we will be playing a bunch of new games / demos. For the Cerebral Puzzle Showcase on Steam. That's kind of going to be our big thing, is we're just going to be playing a bunch of puzzle games. I can tell you which games we're playing. I also got a couple of keys for them today. We're going to be playing Moncage, which is like a rotating puzzle game. We're going to be playing Paper Trail, potentially Invento, and then Nova, the Cloud Walkers something. It looked pretty cool. Maybe it's not called that. Hang on. Pause. Let me find it. Paper Trail, Nova, Cloudwalker's Tale, in Invento, and Moncage. So there you go. Alrighty. So that'll be Saturday. That'll be Saturday. I think we're gonna go raid Jan. I'm making sure she's still staying live. Chan is another Women's Guild member, and also a very cool streamer. So we're gonna go and head in that direction. And she's also playing Stardew. So apparently my caps lock is on because I keep messing a bunch of things up. There we go. So I will probably be live tomorrow night for potentially some Just Dance, because I had said that I would be live already on Friday. We'll see how I'm feeling. It might just be like a short stream, but who knows. There you go. And if you don't, you'll be enemies. Yeah, there you go. Here is our lovely raid messages, because regardless, we would love to go and spread the love unto more people. And yeah, I'll be live probably tomorrow. If not, I'll be live on Saturday morning for this puzzle showcase. So excited to play some puzzle games on stream, which is, I did a lot more of puzzle games when I first started streaming. A lot of escape rooms. It was great. So with that being said, I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day, a wonderful rest of your evening, wherever you are in the world, and I will catch you all very, very soon. Goodbye! Agent A, yeah, down in Bermuda. Love those. I'm trying to speedrun Agent A, but it kind of looks complicated, so we'll see. Goodbye!
And we're gonna hand out a
Hello
PC
there.
version of the game. Are we getting Why can't I hear my alerts? Ha! Lee! What's going on? Thank you so much for the raid.